All right, we are looking to solve this type of a problem. And surprisingly, this has a quadratic feel to it. So if I rewrote that kind of like this, I'm going to look to always try to factor it first thing. And so I'm going to bump the 22 over. So x squared plus 9x minus 22 equals 0. And then I'll look to factor. So I'm looking to see what multiplies the negative 22 that adds to 10. So if I get that, I know my signs are going to be different. And 2 and 11 can multiply to 22, and they differ by 9. So I'd have a positive 11 and a negative 2. So that idea is exactly the same thing that approach is what I'm going to use for this one. So what I'm looking for is I'm going to bring the 22 over, and here's how I know that it kind of has a quadratic feel to it, where I can factor it to solve it, is basically if you take this middle term and you square it, you'd get this term. So same thing, if you took x and squared it, you get x squared. If you take x squared and square it, you get x to the fourth. So if you had an x to the third and this was an x to the sixth, it's totally going to be treated like a quadratic. So the factors are going to be exactly the same. The difference on it is the concept's the same, except now you're going to be splitting x to the fourth into x squared and x squared. And then you'd still have your plus 11 minus 2. And just like here, what would I do with each of those factors? What will I do with each of these factors? I take each factor and I set them equal to 0. And then I can solve them both independently. So here I would subtract 11. So x squared is going to equal negative 11 square rooted. So x is going to equal plus or minus. You're going to have an imaginary because of the negative I square root 11. And then you're going to have, bring the 2 over, x squared equals 2 square root. X equals plus or minus 2. So you get 4 answers. The power on this tells you you're going to get 4 answers. And we get 2 of them that are imaginary, 2 of them that are real. All right. Hope that helps. But you're always kind of looking for, is this power, 2 ways to go. If you square it, you get this one, or if this power is half of that one, that's definitely another indicator that you can factor it and treat it like a quadratic. And then take your factors, set them equal to 0, and then you should be able to finish it okay. All right, hope that helped.